Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to part 2 of my work day, where part 1 on Tuesday we named the girls and did a little garden tour, and then part 2 we are going to do a very exciting gardening project. So you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. So today's project, y'all, I got a GreenStalk. I'm so excited. So I literally just cut the box open. I have to tell you all, I have been so impressed with this company. They are based in Knoxville, Tennessee. The product is made in the U.S. And of course, I looked on Amazon as well as, the actual website. And I'm going to share that information in just a moment. But I ordered it one morning, and I literally got it by lunch the next day. So impressed. So, we'll see how long I can sit on my knees. Here you have your packing list right on the flap. I love that. So I actually ordered a 7-tier GreenStalk in green, and I'll talk about the colors and such, and one base. So let me refer to my notes, y'all. And I hope I'm talking loud enough. I do not have a big mouth. Growing up, my sister has a very big voice. I never have. And she did all the talking for me. She's definitely big talker, long talker, loud talker. But I didn't get that gene. All right. So, I want to expand my growing. Where I live, my acre cut is part of a very old fruit farm. Unfortunately, it fell into disrepair, and there is literally one pear tree left. And when they brought in the new gas line, they had to sacrifice a lot of trees that really weren't doing much anyway. So I want to add some variety on my little homestead. I did plant some rhubarb. Doggone if it hasn't come up yet. And I know I won't have rhubarb until next year. My sweet neighbors, Dawn and Carol, gave me some rhubarb, which my son loves, and I've frozen so that I can make a pie when he's at home. Also, the extra pumpkins that I put back in the corner back there are doing wonderfully. So we're going to have pumpkins if nothing else. I hope the wind isn't too noisy as well. It is less expensive on the website than it is on Amazon. And one of the things I liked is you have a lot of pay options. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you can pay in accounts. Oh, go away, bee. Okay, I know. I'm lovely. Thank you. Go. I have a lot of honeybees, which is a good thing. All right, so on Amazon, they only had the 5-tier, and I got to get off my knees, y'all. Let me adjust the tripod here, if I can figure out how to do it. There we go. That's going to be better. All right. And what I want to say is, I, being a frugal person, I actually did look at some of the other brands that are a similar concept, but guys, they're tiny, 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 tiny. Look at the measurements. They are two completely different things. So don't be fooled thinking, well, I can get this for a third or a quarter of the price, because literally that's the price difference, because it's not the same thing at all. My suggestion to you is to go directly to their website. I will drop a link, and I will also tell you I have emailed the company. I paid for this with my own money, of course, and asked them if it would be possible to get a discount code for you all. If I get a response, I will definitely put it in the description box. I think they do have sort of an affiliate program, so fingers crossed that I can get a discount for you. So it ships UPS. Again, I got it in one day from Tennessee, which was amazing. Like literally I placed my order and then boom, I got a notification that it had shipped. Not just they printed the label, it was actually at UPS. My version is the Leaf, L-E-A-F 7-tier. It has 42 planting pockets. And this version, they are 7 inches deep versus the old version, which is 10 inches deep. So you have an option, not on the 7-tier, because it would make it too tall and too heavy, but you do on the 5-tier. You can mix and match also. You can put like deep ones and shallow ones together, and we're gonna look at it here in just a moment. You do have a choice of 3 colors: a stone color, a terracotta color, and green. I chose green because I thought it would show less dirt and outside wear. The stone is beautiful, but having such a heavy woods line, I will get moss on it very quickly. I apologize, guys, I'm finding the hiccups. So shipping right now, shipping is free if you spend over $150. The 7-tier is on sale for $169. The 5-tier is $129. And if you want to get the base, and that's not required, we'll look at that in a moment, it's $40. The 5-tier is all they have on Amazon, and it is $156 versus $129. Now I use an app, I'll drop it, called Coupert, C-O-U-P-E-R-T, so like coupon-ert, and it will automatically pop up a C when you're shopping on a website, and if you hit the C, it will look for discount codes. So I actually got $10 off, so I was able to find a discount code quite easily by using Coupert. You can do small plants, you can do root vegetables. Some people, I have watched a lot of videos in preparation. I'm sorry, I'm getting buzzed here by bees. I've seen carrots that have grown very well. I've seen potatoes in the 10-inch deep. So you have a lot of options. This one holds 5.5 cubic feet of potting soil. So the big bags that I've been using of the Miracle Grow are 2. I have bought more soil this year than I've ever purchased, but I do like the organic Miracle Grow. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use a mix of organic and non-organic, but that's not gonna hurt anything. So it actually holds 42 gallons of soil. It's 56 inches tall, 19 inches wide, and the planter is made from food grade plastic that is BPA, BPS, and PVC free. So that was important to me as well. There is a 5-year warranty, y'all. 5 years is a long time on something that's going to be outside, that it won't crack or fade, which is incredible, even if you leave it outside year round. You can also get a cover just to keep insects out. You can get a frost and insect cover or just a frost cover. And the prices, you can find that on the website. They also have plant support, so if you're growing something that's gonna fall over but you want it to grow upright, it's like a plastic ring that slides over, kind of like a tomato cage type thing. And they have markers too. So let's put this together. I'm so excited. And you may be wondering, what am I gonna plant in this? I tried to skip over it when we were doing our tour, so let me show you here what I have. So I actually went to my favorite local plant shop that's been in business for 45 years. The owner was there. He's such a lovely guy, Mike. And they were almost out of strawberries. I actually had overlooked it, and I was like, you don't have any strawberries? And he was like, well, somebody just picked up, a whole ton, but yes, I do have strawberries. And he said, because it's the end of, it's picked over, I'll give you a deal. And he gave me a great deal. So the first pot I have here, and yes, there are blooms and little strawberries on it. This is just your typical summer bearing strawberries. So we usually get strawberries here in Ohio around June. This one's probably going to be a little bit later, but it's a summer only bearing strawberry. There are many, many, many plants. So we're going to pick these apart and put them in the pockets. Yeah, I'm already dirty. The second strawberry looks very similar, but it's called an everbearing. So it is full sun, matures in 30 to 40 days, keep it well watered, and this bears very early spring and then again late summer. So this is going to give me kind of a continuous supply of strawberries. I have tried growing strawberries in my garden beds, but because I want more food, I decided I needed a GreenStalk. So let's see what it looks like here. Oh. So lots of nice packing paper. And the first part, I know this is the base. This is the top, and it does say water only. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably kind of hard to see. These are the discs that go in the center of each section that the water will collect, and it has small holes in it and run through. So the beauty of the GreenStalk over others is the way the watering system works. You water from the top, and instead of just like the top being well watered, it will go all the way down. These are the casters that go with the base. Let's see what this is. Lovely. It is a very nice thank you, and looks like we got some freebies, y'all. I love some freebies. Organic kale and some basil. Some stickers, because who doesn't like stickers, right? And a really lovely thank you card and asking for reviews. So here's the instructions, which I don't think I need, but we'll pull them out. And a funny thing, I've always been told chickens love kale, so I had purchased them some kale because I don't like kale. I freeze dry it and then powder it for my smoothies, but I don't like it. And they're like, meh, no thanks. Watermelon, however, they love the watermelon, so I'm learning what the girls like. The previous owner of the chickens, and this is by no means a criticism, everyone has to find their rhythm. They were using a hand-mixed combination of grains that they would partially ferment by wetting and leaving it 1 to 2 days. And guys, I have to tell you, it stunk so bad. I just, no. So I fed them for a few days with it, and they were not very interested in the food either. So now I'm giving them the organic non-GMO pellets, 4 layers, and they love it. So that kind of tells me where I need to go. If I'm going to do fermented feed, I'm gonna have to find a different combination that doesn't reek, because I'm bringing their food in at night just to help predator proof the coop. And I'm telling you what, it stunk up my house. There's not enough air freshener to get rid of that smell. So I had to wash the feeder and really get it cleaned out good this morning and dry, and then the pellets, and they're loving it. All right, so here we have our tiers. Let me take a few out at a time, maybe. So this is what they look like. And there are 7 of them. Well, oh, nice. this is a picture of James. Your GreenStalk was packed with care by James. So that's very nice. I love the little touches. You know, this is a family-owned and operated business, and they're very interested in customer satisfaction, and that is a company that I will always want to deal with. So, let's see here. I don't want to lose anything. I guess I thought I had 4 hands. Yeah, still looking for that extra hand. And this is turning into be kind of a chatty video, but let me tell you all, my chicken run came. And I am not a fan of FedEx. I don't know if you all have this problem. I was so angry. I have outdoor directed cameras that are motion sensitive, so if somebody even pulls in the driveway, I get an alert. But there is a delay because it records it, then it sends the alert. The FedEx guy literally backs into my driveway, which is not a small feat on the road I live on, backs up to the garage door, drops 2 boxes. One is little, you know, smaller than this, not hard to lift, you know, 20 pounds maybe. The big box, 106 pounds, and he leans it against the garage door. So I had to move it to get it off the garage door so I could raise the garage door. So it's in the garage. I'm not going to try to build it during this weather event. We're under a high wind and hail alert for this afternoon and evening, and then rain tomorrow. And on Sunday I visit with my mom and do the church activities with her at the facility, and then I have a lash appointment. You know, you gotta take care of all the things, right? So Monday, I'm going to start on the chicken run. So I will bring you along for that as well. Okay, enough about the chickens. So, love the bright pictures. Has a list of what you can grow. It says each tier needs 1 cubic foot or 8 gallons of high quality potting mix. Each leaf tier needs 6 gallons. The GreenStalk pieces fit together snugly once the weight of the potting mix is added, not before. When properly stacked, there is no wobbling. Take care not to compress or pack in potting mix into planters, as this can cause the planters to warp over time. When growing a variety of plants, grow smaller plants at the top, larger towards the bottom for equal sun exposure. That's logical. Most edibles will need direct full sun to thrive, at least 6 hours a day, and that's no problem because once the sun comes over here, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna kind of maybe lay this over here. So what do you need to do? And y'all, I'm just gonna do like one level. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build the base. So what this comes with, it does come with the tube, like if you want to direct out the excess water. I'm not sure if we're going to need that or not, so I'm going to set that aside. And you have 6 feet. 3 of them don't lock, 3 of them do lock. This is a cap, actually, for the water tube that we're probably not going to use. So if you want to plug it off and not let it drain, I have no worries on draining, you know, we're on the deck, so no problem. Oh, this is really cool. The directions are right here. So I've got this turned upside down, and it says to alternate. So we've got a locking, a non-locking, a locking, a non-locking, locking, non-locking. And here's what the lock looks like. And you just snap them into place. I hope y'all will excuse my hands as well, because you can't even see what I'm doing here. Try to not fall over here. There we go. Whenever I have trauma like a surgery, I usually will have a lupus flare. So I'm on steroids to kind of counteract that, and that's partially why I'm not sleeping. Okay, so like how simple was that, right? And they freely rotate. Here is where you can put in the drain hose. So just for giggles, let's do that, so that we get the full experience. If I can get it in. There we go. Very, very simple. The base is built. Now, my deck is not exactly the most level thing in the world. So we're gonna set this aside. And now, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fill this up with soil, but you don't want to get dirt in the hole because this is where the water comes through. So on a video that I watched, I saw people using the cap to cover the hole, which it is a stretch. Yeah, there we go. Because you want the water to run freely. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna fill one. I'm gonna put some strawberries in it. I'm gonna speed it up, and we'll start to stack. Once you have it completely filled, and go ahead and plant your plants in these little stick outs, you will be putting on, and I've got the cap on, you'll be putting on the water collection tray, and you want to make sure you keep this clear of any debris or any mud, and then we'll just continue to do that. So I'm going to put it on fast motion and start building my first GreenStalk. Stay tuned. So as you can see, it's that simple. So you want to have your plants or your seeds in that outside pocket. So on the bottom two tiers, basically, I'm going to have the once a year traditional strawberry. Big help to put the plastic cap over the center. Definitely recommend that. This is not sitting real straight, but when I put the next one on, it will lock in to this portion here, and the weight, as it said, will stop any wobbling or uncertainty. So I'm pleased so far. I'm gonna go ahead and build this, and then I'll bring you back at the end to show you what it looks like, give you some final thoughts, and tell you about some exciting upcoming ideas I have. So I hope you will stay tuned. All right, so I have the second tier on. It's definitely like very stable now compared, so don't worry about the wobble. What I can say is make sure you're planting to the outside of the pocket, and if when you put the next layer on, the plant squished underneath, I would say replant, but I've had some pretty good success with keeping them out to the side. It's so enjoyable. I love gardening, so I'm not in a big hurry, but I think you could do this quickly if you were in a hurry. So I'm going to keep adding layers. I certainly have enough soil. If I don't have enough plants to fill the whole thing, what I may do is put some seeds in the top of some herbs or something else. So that's one of the beauties of this. You can plant a lot of different varieties of things. So the wind is picking up. I hope the sound level isn't too bad, y'all, but I can't change the wind or the squawking birds. All right, stay tuned. One thing I failed to point out, but I did want to share, is there is a line here on every one of the tiers to show you how full to fill your soil. I'm sure they're taking into account that when you water it, the soil's gonna shrink a little bit. So what I've been doing, since I'm basically bare rooting the strawberries, is filling it up putting in the strawberries, and then topping it off and leveling it out, and it seems to be working really well. It is definitely going to take the 6 cubic feet. I'm gonna have to get my other bag out. Like I said, I've bought more dirt this year than I think I have in my entire life. So, yeah. And I'm finding a lot of these strawberries did not grow that's in a pot. So, and he shared that with me. So I've got some extras in each pot. So I'm going to continue building. Just remember, this cap is a game changer, y'all. I can just up in the bag and fill it up and spread it out and fill it up and spread it out, and I don't have to worry about contaminating the water system. So definitely grab that cap and stick it on each tier as you're building. We did it, y'all. So this is the GreenStalk. It's almost as tall as I am. So just remember, if you're thinking about one of the ones on Amazon, they're literally teeny tiny. These are nice big 7-inch pockets. It took every bit of 6 cubic yards of potting soil. And I will tell you, if you're planting plants with a lot of soil around them, you might get away with a little bit less, but just plan on buying 3 of the big 2 cubic foot bags to do the project. I actually found something, so hang tight. So as usual, I've got a whole pot, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in here. I have 2 more. And then as I was going through, I found a lot of roots where it had not germinated because it was so far down in the dirt. So I'm actually going to start a second strawberry patch, and I'm going to put it in front with my flower bed. I have the room, and why not grow food and flowers, right? So my tips: definitely cover the hole in the center. That makes a huge difference. That way you can just dump your dirt right in. Make sure you plant to the outer edge, and as you stack each layer, you want to take a look at each plant, make sure that it's positioned in a way it can grow. So now that I have them all, and it's very sturdy, and I have to tell you, my deck boards are not the flattest thing. This thing's heavy. It's not going to blow over in a windstorm, that's for sure. Now we're going to fill the top, which we've kept very clean. And what will happen, there's a hole in it, and it's going to gradually fill everything. So the directions, which hold on. I tried to clean up a little bit. The directions actually say, fill the top water reservoir until water comes out the bottom. I mean, how simple is that? This is like the extent of the directions, but there's pictures, it's very clear. This is like a plastic coated thing, so if you get dirt or water on it, it isn't gonna hurt anything. So let me try filling this up. I'm gonna back y'all up. Tilt you down, you don't need to see me, and we'll see how much water it actually takes. Let me move these two. Thankfully, it's a little after 11. The rain has held off, so I am praying that I can get my work done today. Oops, hang on. I'm getting a back too. So it looks like it's going to take a little bit before it's going to run all the way through. guys, I see something here. Yeah. So there's little tabs on the water thing that snap down. So, yeah. Operator error there. And we have some water coming out the bottom. So you can hear it going glug glug. Let me pull you up close. Hopefully you can hear. So even though a little water's coming out the bottom, all of the soil was completely dry. So I'm thinking I need to like run a lot of water, and I don't want you to just have to sit here and watch me run water. And there goes my AC. So I'm gonna come back with some final thoughts, something exciting I wanna tell you all that's upcoming. So don't turn it off yet, stay tuned. I just wanted to share a couple more points about the GreenStalk. It is important that you keep that top disc clean so it doesn't clog up the water system. And remember, you're gonna have to rotate it. So I think even though it's $40, having the base on casters, and you can lock them so it doesn't blow around. It would take a big wind to blow it around. I think it's well worth it. I also think it's nice that you could wheel it into your garage. Now, unfortunately, I would have to go down the steps and a very long way around. The shortcut would be to take it through the house, and I may well do that. And remember, you can pull it apart and just wheel half of it in and then carry the rest in, but it is quite heavy once it gets watered. The insect and water cover prices, the insect only is $59. The insect and frost, so it's heavier, is $109, and the frost only is $59. So do what you will. Don't forget to fertilize. Now, I use the Miracle-Gro potting soil that already has fertilizer in it, but I will still fertilize a while later. I'll give the plants a chance to settle in. And you know, even though those roots did not sprout, I'm gonna give it a try, because the worst thing that can happen is they don't grow, and I think they will. I think they were just buried too deep. So y'all, I've been doing some real soul searching about my channel, and it's all good news, so no bad news. And I really value each and every one of you that subscribe, that smash the like button, that leave me comments, that email me privately. I love our conversations. I feel like I've gained a whole bunch of friends all over the world, and I really enjoy each and every one of you. And in turn, I would like to give back to you by bringing you the absolute best content that I can. I think that I have good content. I don't have fancy editing, so I have made a commitment to do a little better with my visuals so that it's more pleasant to watch. And I may try to like not be such a long talker, because I can be sometimes, because I have a lot to say and I always have to stop for a drink. Y'all, it's already 80 degrees with 65% humidity, so yeah, it's pretty hot. And fortunately, let's look at it that way. The t-shirt that I ordered, and I'll link it below, is a large. I usually buy a large because I don't like things tight, but I've lost some weight, and so it's like it keeps creeping down, so I apologize about that. I'm not trying to be showy in any way, shape, or form. So back to what I'm thinking of doing. So I've been producing YouTube videos since August 1st of 2020. So I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary. I have 2,899 subscribers as of this morning, which while I appreciate each and every one of you, I would like to grow my channel. That's very important to me. And it's important to me to give back to those of you who have been with me on the journey from the start, because the first videos were pretty rough, guys, and I know that. So I am thinking about, right now, I don't want to do anything like Patreon or anything where you have to pay. That's just not my style right now. I am thinking about doing a blog, a monthly blog, where I can post each time I blog in the community tab, as well as on Facebook on the Wellness Homesteader page. I'm really bad about not keeping that up. So in that blog would be things like what's happening this month, maybe recipes, canning tips, gardening tips, chicken adventures, Frankie adventures, you know, whatever would bring a lot of value to you. So I'd appreciate it if you drop me a comment below. Would you read a brief but valuable blog on a monthly basis? I have another idea to celebrate my 2-year anniversary, but I'm going to keep that under wraps for right now. I know that I owe you all some videos. I owe you a soaping 101. My soap is almost ready to be packaged, so there will be a live sale, and I should have been continuing to produce, but y'all, sometimes I have a little more than I can say grace over. My mom has been increasingly confused, which just breaks my heart. And she doesn't recognize me or my voice. I have to tell her who I am. But once I do, then she's okay. I'm so grateful that I was able to find a good assisted living facility, and she likes it there, and she has great caregivers. But, you know, even though she's in a facility, that doesn't stop the responsibility of paying the bills, ordering supplies for her. I clean her room once a week, even though they provide cleaning services. My mom is really messy. There are social events that I like to attend to with her, and then once a week I do a big visit, get her mail, read, you know, whatever she got, cards whatsoever, because my mom can't see well enough to even read. So that's taken up a lot of my time. The chickens, you know, the garden, trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient. Y'all, with these price increases, I got the mail in the middle of all this, and I'm like, great. My car insurance is due. I pay the whole year because you get a discount. That's $904. I got a bill from the oral surgeon because he was able to get an IV in. I have to pay for the IV sedation, which is $398. And I'm sure you heard the news, Washington adjusted their gas pumps so it can be double digits on the dollar side. So I'm talking Washington State. You know, where is the increase going to end? So what I want to encourage you to do, y'all, is you don't have to buy a fancy GreenStalk, but I'm telling you, it's worth the money. You know, do what you can to produce some things, some food on your own. Be self-sufficient, grow things in pots. I certainly am. I'm not just, you know, gardening. Build yourself a chicken coop. If I can do it, y'all, anybody can do it. Because let me tell you, I had my doubts, and I did a lot of praying, And you know, the Lord just gave me this strength, and I'm so grateful to have the chickens to produce eggs. I can do a little egg selling to offset the cost of the feed, etc. And I'm sorry about that bird. It's awfully happy, isn't it? So, you know, I would really appreciate your feedback on what you think about a blog. I also would really appreciate if you would drop me a comment if there is content that I'm missing that you want to see me cover. Like, I have a long list of things I want to do, guys. One of the things I want to do is make an egg collection apron, even though I only have 3 girls and they don't lay at the same time. I need one, right? There's just so many things that I want to share with you that I have learned, and I want to pass that on as part of my legacy, and part of my mission in life is to help others be self-sufficient and get through these uncertain times. So thank you for staying with me today. I know it was kind of a long video. Long talker. Soft long talker. Shh. At least the robin's not dive bombing me today. I think that she and her mate, because it was, you know, the boy and the girl, I think they were able to put the babies in the front yard in a different nest. So that's great. And I hope and pray that they grow as much as they need to fly away, and they quit dive bombing me. So again, thank you for your time today. I will see you all on Thursday, Lord willing. And in the meantime, be well, be healthy, be blessed, take care, and don't forget to drop me a comment and smash that like button. See you soon.